Chelsea in a minute. Kate, Spurs today played well at times, but you couldn't get the W. And then Isak Dagger very late on. Talk to us, Kate.
Listen, do you know what? Already I've seen so many people slagging Ange off. Today wasn't on Ange. Today was on A, sloppy defending, Romero ball watching on more than one occasion. Apologies, Jacob. And two, us not being able to finish our dinner. I truly believe if we had Solanke or Richarlison up front, we win that game. We had so many chances in the second half. It was unbelievable. But you don't finish your dinner against the top team. They've got one of the best goal scorers in the league. And you're going to get punished, you know. For me, it's not on Ange. People will use it as another stick to beat him with, the ones that are already Ange out. But for me, it was just the players didn't deliver where they needed to. And Newcastle seem to have this thing over us at their place. We just cannot beat them.
No, do you concur with that, Jacob, in terms of overall happy with the performance, but just need to fix up in a few little areas? Or do you feel there's more problems than that, mate?
For me, I thought that we dominated for the most part of that match. We just were toothless in attack yet again. It's the story of Tottenham since last year in regards to we control all the ball. We make a couple mistakes. Now we're a couple people out of position. And, you know, in regards to Cuti Romero, I already see the comments. Y'all want to know what my thoughts on Cuti Romero. Look, I'll just ask my generational GOAT, which is Lionel Messi, what he thinks of Cuti Romero. And he says he's the best center back in the world, so I operate as such. Have I played more ball? Do I know more ball than Lionel Messi? I would say no. But moving along from that, Ange Postecoglou did a risky thing in regards to moving Romero into the left-sided center back, letting Dragusin play on his favored right. I thought that was an interesting choice. For about the first 25 minutes, he looked kind of shaky on the ball. He looked positionally like he wanted to be on the right-hand side of the pitch. And he didn't look very comfortable on the left, if I'm honest. So, yeah, he wasn't good. But there were a lot of times in which he or Dragusin did stop the counterattacks with headers, with clearances, with blocks. So I think if you're going to keep that energy, you got to keep it the same in regards to when he did do well. Just because he was not flawless on the day doesn't mean he did not perform well, in my opinion. Yes, he made a mistake, but I also look at that throw-in. The first goal that they scored was a quick throw-in. To me, we turned off. Pedro Porro allows that man to get in a position. He allowed it all day. He was allowing number 11, Harvey Barnes. He was allowing him all day, doing whatever he wanted. He was looking the most dangerous. Pedro Porro did nothing to close that down. Dragusin saved him a few times. And again, you're going to get caught out the more and more that keeps happening. And that's what happened, especially when we're not doing anything on the other end. We're just controlling the ball. We go back to Horseshoe Hotspur and we just ping it left and right. Someone do some. You saw the last 20 minutes of the match. We just fell off. We died attacking wise. Zero creativity. No one wanting to make runs. It was just all around, we got deflated. Now, again, St. James Park, the last 3 years, it's been 3 L's. This has been the least heavy of a loss, but it is still a loss nonetheless, because I felt like even if we had walked away with a draw, I felt like that would still not be fair enough to us, because we did play a good game. We just could not finish our chances. We created a lot. We kept shooting straight at the keeper, or the keeper was making great saves. It just, why is Sarr the guy shooting from outside the box and not Son? That is baffling me. I'm getting frustrated to a point where I don't know what it is. If it's Ange, if it's the captaincy that's causing Son to rather involve his teammates rather than take on the shot. To me, I'm very frustrated with my team, very frustrated with that performance. Not a lot of hope. I wanted to go and have a really good performance, spend international break talking to me nicely all night, and then we come back and we win the North London Derby because no Rice. That's what I was wanting. But instead, 2 weeks of no one talking to me nicely, and now we're going to North London Derby, and my only hope is the fact that they have no Declan Rice. Maybe Basuma will be okay. I don't know. I just struggling.
I hear you, mate. From your point of view, Steve, a very, you probably were feeling the pressure in that second half with Spurs attacking, but a very important win for Newcastle ahead of the international break.
Yeah, but we play like a relegation team. This is the progress that I'm failing to see from a play style perspective. Results, yeah, that's great. But to be honest, yeah, if Spurs, Kate, you said it earlier. If you had a Solanke, I think you probably win that game. Because we didn't generate enough in attack. I mean, we did because we won, but we did it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm obviously just thrilled about the win, but like this isn't sustainable. I'll say that. This isn't sustainable. Unless we get Botman back and Share back. Obviously, he's got sent off. So I'm happy, but I recognize there's a lot of, like, going forward, we don't look dangerous. We don't. Anthony Gordon this year has not been good. Isak, you said he was keep scoring goals. He's got 1 goal in 4 games this year. Now, I expect a little bit better from him. I think he'll pick up. But, yeah, like, I just feel like we didn't have to be at our best at all to beat Spurs. We were just clinical. I think that's literally it. And Pope, for me, was probably man of the match. I gave it to Joe Ellington, which he did play the ball to Murphy, a great through ball. The highlight really costed you there because it was the through ball from Joe to Murphy and then to Isak. So,
the man of the match. I don't know if you're aware of this. The man of the match is actually the one that you see officially. It's picked by the broadcasters in the UK.
Yeah, and they
were going in on Pope for the goal. So yeah, it's interesting. You watching it with different commentators. Obviously, maybe a different perspective. But I hear what you're saying there. But look, I think from a point
perspective, finish was quality.
That was great.
Reminded me of the Xerxes. I think it was the same.
I think even better. It was really good. But 7 points from your opening 9, from a points perspective, a very good start to the season. Young Daniel. Another defeat for Tottenham. Another day we don't finish your dinner. How are you feeling about it, mate?
Disgusted, man. I'm really heartbroken because I don't think we played really badly. I think that we controlled the ball. We controlled Newcastle. And at the end of the day, I just think we were very, very unlucky. We hit the woodwork a couple times. A lot of people on the panel saying that if we would have had a striker, it would have been a different story. But we had Solanke versus Leicester, and he didn't finish his chances either. So
that's a good point.
I don't know what it is. We just have the ball next to their box, outside their box, and we're creating chances the whole game, but it just doesn't seem to go to the back of the net. I don't know how many shots we had. It has to be more than 20 shots in this
35.
game. 35. And the goal came from an own goal. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Only 20.
That is insane.
20.
That's actually
Kate. Only 20. Kate.
Yeah, it was 20.
35 shots. I didn't say they were on target. I said 35 shots we had.
No. Total shot is 20 anyway. 20.
Hang on on that. So they had 20. Do you know what it is? I want to have a look at something.
Because I looked at 2 websites to make sure that it's 20.
Yeah, I'm on top of the score right now.
I get where you're coming from, but you know that if a shot is blocked, on a lot of the stat websites, that doesn't go under the shots category. So Spurs had 8 shots. Yeah, they had 8 shots that were blocked. Plus, they actually this set of sites is 28, so they all ran them a bit differently.
This is why stats.
If you notice that sometimes you'll watch a game and you'll be like, I only have 2 shots on target. So you have a shot that's on target, but within a meter or 2 of it being shot, a defender blocks it. That doesn't count as a shot on target or a shot. It counts as a shot blocked. So yeah, you got to stats can be a little misleading like that. But sorry, Dan, back to you, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, and I saw Jacob was talking about Christian Romero. I think Romero was actually good today. Like, to be honest, I think he was good. First time I left center back with Dragusin. They've never played as a partnership together. For them to, I'm sorry, there's so many times where Newcastle could have easily had a chance, and then Christian Romero just does his trademark slide tackle and just saves Tottenham. That happened like 5 times.
And just headers, yes.
Just because he made 1 mistake doesn't mean that he had a bad game. That's how people don't understand.
He was out of position. It wasn't even a mistake. The tactics pull him forward and put him in that position. That's why he was that far up pressing.
If this was Saliba doing that, you'd be all over Saliba.
Well, Saliba's dog shit passing, I'm all over for sure, but Romero ain't got that, so.
He had a bad. It's okay to admit your favorite player had a bad game for once. It's okay.
I said he made mistakes. I did say he made mistakes. He's not my favorite player either.
Guys, one at a time. We can't hear.
You're not gonna burn. You're not gonna burn.
It's incredible.
It's all good.
I mean, Romero could have had a goal. I'm pretty sure he has scored a goal and it was offsides by a little bit. Like,
how'd that work?
I mean,
he was well offside. It wasn't a little.
I hear you. I get where you're coming from.